Hi, and welcome back. Today I'm going to give you some tips on how to create a low stress work area. Until a few weeks ago, my work area, my office, was a desk in the kitchen. Since I'm an empty nester, I was blessed to have been able to create a wonderful workspace that is very low stress. Everything in there, in that room, was put in there for a purpose. I realize not everybody has the ability to have a large workspace like I have, but hopefully you can take some of the tips I'm going to share and incorporate them into your workspace, whether it's at home, at your place of business, or if it's just a desk in the kitchen. Some place that you can create that is low stress, and for me, it's a room I look forward to going to every morning. It's a great place that I love to be in. So if you'd like to see these tips written down, you can check out my blog, simplyfitandfab.com. All of these tips will be on there, and you can look at it that way. If you're diabetic, be sure to check out my Facebook group, Healthy Diabetic with Coach Laura. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to show you the space. Okay, so here it is. So it's actually a dining room, but we've never used it as that. My kids used to use it as their hangout, but like I said, now that they're gone, it is my hangout. So we're gonna start over here at the desk. So right behind the desk, I have a big picture. The reason I put it there is because there was quite a few holes in the walls and I don't have any extra paint. So that's why I put that there. Plus, if I ever want to do any Facebook Lives from my desk, there's a background that's not too busy. So that's really why I picked that. Plus, I think it looks pretty. So we're going to come around to the desk here, and I want to show you my chair. So this thing is awesome. It's a stability ball chair or a balance ball chair. My husband actually has one as well. If you have back pain, I highly, highly recommend getting one of these. It's great for relieving low back pain, and it also helps to strengthen your core. You can also take the ball off and exercise with it. So love that. So if you have a desk job, I highly recommend it. So this is my desk, and it is actually also a standing desk. So all I have to do is press this button right there, and I've programmed it to come up to the height that I like so I can stand. So throughout the day, I'm constantly standing up, sitting down, back and forth as I get tired of one or the other. So this goes towards helping my physical health. So if you have a desk job and you don't want to invest in a new desk, they do have some inexpensive things you can put on top of your desk where you put your computer on it and you can raise your computer up and down so you can stand up. So standing or sitting is the new smoking. So if you're sitting a lot, anything you can do to stand up more, or again, stability ball chair to make it a little bit better. So coming over to the desk, I have my planner on my desk. So I keep that there. It tells me what I need to do every day. On Fridays, I'll sit down and plan my week and put everything in there. And then to help my spiritual health, it's got one of my favorite quotes. This is the day the Lord has made. Rejoice and be glad. Every day is something worth rejoicing in. Even if it's a really crappy day, there's always something good in there. If you look hard enough, you'll find it. So surrounding myself with things that are motivational, encouraging, helps my mental and emotional health. Got a cute little flower here. No really purpose for that other than I like it, and it brings me a little bit of joy. There's a couple of little origamis on there. My youngest son had made those, and when he was cleaning out his this room, he found those and he stuck them there for me. They just happen to match my flowers, and they remind me of him, so it's another little thing that brings me joy. As you can see, the desk is very uncluttered, and this is pretty much how I keep it, because clutter is stress, and I'm all about reducing stress, so I keep it low stress. Over here, this mug was a gift from one of my clients. It says, "Faith is being sure what we hope for and certain of what we do not see." Again, a little positivity to surround me. This room, there's no news in this room. There's no bad news in this room, and it's all positive. So it's a joyful place for me to walk into. Got all kinds of colored pens in there because I like color. I don't want to live life in black and white, so every day I pick a different color, and that's what I use. It may seem silly, but it makes me happy. So find those little things that make you happy and include them in your office. And then over here, back with my theme of loving color, I got all kinds of different colored note cards. So when I want to make notes, I can use that. Got a calendar over there to keep me organized. A little more motivation there. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. So I'm sitting here at my desk surrounded by positive energy. I love it. All right, so coming over here is my little workout space. And this is my cat Comet's favorite spot. He likes to do yoga over here. So I've got a little workout space. I've got some equipment there, some weights, a medicine ball, some more over here, bands and stuff. So even though I work at 2 different gyms and I have a membership to a 3rd gym, I still use this space some because especially when I do have a little low back exercise routine, I might do that while I'm listening to one of my conference calls. If you do have low back pain, I have recently posted that on YouTube. It's a 15-minute routine with stretches and exercises to reduce low back pain and then strengthen your low back so you can hopefully avoid some pain in the future. So that's the YouTube channel, Simply Fit and Fab. And if you don't have space, this kind of space, you can have a mat that you roll up and pull out when you need it. You could have a little basket of some weights and things that you can pull out and use, do a 5-minute break while you're working, get it from your desk, do a few bicep curls, just get that blood flowing. Have a beautiful window here with a beautiful crepe myrtle tree outside. So I keep that window open all the time, and I keep these mostly open over here on the sides too. I have them lifted up because I have a cat that will eat the blinds. Research shows that surrounding yourself with trees and seeing trees reduces stress. So I enjoy it, and so that's something I, keep the green in my office space. So walking over here, this is just a cabinet that holds our vacuum. I had to put it somewhere so it's still there. I've got a couple of fake plants over here because if real plants will help reduce my stress, maybe a couple of fake plants will reduce it as well. Tucked in the back here, we've got a printer and filing cabinet just to help keep me organized. And above that, I've got this painting. And I chose this painting not only because it matches the room, but it reminds me of the beach. Once or twice a year, my husband and I will go to the beach, somewhere tropical, and I'll teach exercise classes on the beach. And so it reminds me of those trips, and it takes me back there, and I can glance over there and relaxes me and brings me some joy. I have a couch that was already in the room. I don't really use it a whole lot, but my cat likes to sleep right there. And she will leave me gifts like moths and things there. Plus, I get cold like all the time. So as I'm sitting at my desk and I'm freezing, I wrap myself up in that blanket. But it's also a place when my kids come home to visit, which I hope they will frequently. They've got a place they can hang out on the couch that's comfy. Around over here, got a TV because it was already there. Don't know I'll ever use it, but it's there in case we need it, so there it is. Got my little organizational spots. I've got my little stand for my camera when I do Facebook Lives. And I've got a box that says, where there is hope, there is faith. I don't have anything in it right now, but I have hope and I have faith. So I just love seeing those kinds of words and keeping everything positive in this room. Got some colored paper because I love my color. So if I need to write something down, why use black and white when you can use color? And I've just put some stuff on here. I've had this for years. The only way to finish is to start. So some shells and some things. My son got me that penguin. Some sentimental things, candles. I like candles. And then this says your presence matters. And that's from the Enneagram personality test. I'm a 9, and sometimes 9s feel like they don't matter. And that's to remind me that I do matter. So that's pretty cool. In order to keep clutter at bay, I've got these little baskets here. Some of them have stuff in them, and some of them have no stuff in them, so I have room to grow and throw my clutter as I grow. And over here I've got, this is the stuff I use like every day, and when I'm done I just put it back over here because clutter is the enemy. If you want to live a stress-free life, you do not want clutter. Over here is a big old whiteboard that was here when my boys used the room, and so I use it to organize myself, put motivational stuff on there. I did a video for my diabetic clients yesterday, and I was able to use the board to explain some things about carbohydrates. So it's just a fun place, and I can put, my desk is right there, so I can look right at it and come up with ideas and motivational things and whatnot. Over here, more encouragement, believe in yourself, live your dreams. Got some paper in there, so white paper if I want to go white, so that's handy. A little potpourri just because it's pretty and it smells good. When I left my last job, some of the members of the gym brought me this mug, which I thought was perfect, and I love looking at it. It says, follow your heart, so love that. In the corner are my slippers because I'm always cold unless I'm having a hot flash, so I grab those quite often. Hung a mirror there, so if I do a Facebook Live, I can make sure my hair's not standing on end, so that's helpful. And then I've got some shelves there, and I just put some curtains in front of them because I don't want to see the clutter. I want to keep it clean and clutter-free, so brings me so much peace. And then right here in the middle is a table with my candle, and I light that quite often just because I love candles. And again, it's one of those things that brings me joy. If you think it's silly, don't use it. If it brings you joy, use it. If you like monkeys, get a plastic monkey. Whatever it is that makes you happy, brings you joy, put it in your office. So this is an old kitchen table we've had for many, many years, and the boys used it when this was their room, so I figured I'd keep it there. Sometimes during the day when I'm working on stuff, I can spread out on the table and work. And then when they visit, they can sit there with their laptops, and they haven't visited yet, but it's only been a few weeks. I'm hoping they'll come. But that is my room, and every day when I come in here, it's just such a peaceful thing. I do have a few rules about this room. The first rule is no eating in here. And the first day I came up from the gym, when I came in the office and I grabbed my lunch, I'm like, this is great. And I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? It's located right next to the kitchen. I don't want to end up snacking all day because it's so easy to snack when you're sitting at home. So I've made the rule, if I'm working, I'm not eating. If I'm eating, I'm not in the office. So no food's allowed in here. So not going to do that. I may make it a point every day to leave my office, have lunch. I might read a devotional. I might sit out on the porch. I might take a break, whatever it is. So I think it's important to separate your work from your personal life, especially if you work at home. You've got to set those boundaries. And the other rule I have is that at the end of the day, everything's put away. I clean everything off the desk. I clean everything off the table. I put everything away, and I turn off the light. And in the morning when I come in here, everything is just the way I want it. So this is a room that brings me a lot of peace, a lot of joy. My next goal is to help my husband get such a relaxing space, because right now his is full of clutter and chaos, and it brings a lot of stress. So hopefully a few of these tips will help you to create a great space at home. And if you're starting from a desk or office that's very messy, as my husband is, you might try something like taking 10 or 15 minutes at the end of the day and organize one little corner. Do one little thing at a time and work on that. And then eventually you will get it to where it's in a clean space. And then you can just take 5 minutes at the end of the day and you can keep it straight. So I just can't tell you how much joy and low stress this room brings me. My husband will just step in here just because he's like, oh, this is such a peaceful room. So a lot of great work can happen when you're in a peaceful room that addresses your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. So I hope you learned a few tips to make your space a little bit more pleasant. If you have any other ideas, I'd love to hear them. Share them with us on how you make your workspace a better space, healthier and happier. And again, if you want to check this out, my blog, all these tips are written down in case you're a person like me, likes a written checklist. So you can go to simplyfitandfab.com, and that's all there for you. And if you're diabetic, again, check out my Facebook group, Healthy Diabetic with Coach Laura. So until next time, hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you build a wonderful workspace and find some peace and joy.